Okay, welcome everybody back to another standard league. Just still going through a list of a few standard decks that I've seen that I think I might want to take to the it's not GP, what do they call it, Spotlight Series in Liverpool here in the UK in a couple of months. This one's been doing the rounds a little bit. I can't remember exactly whose deck I took, but I think they're pretty similar. Took this from one of the 5.0 dumps, I think. But it's a blue-green, I guess aggro is, yeah, I guess aggro tempo kind of deck that look really cool. So, yeah, it revolves around, we've got a lot of combat tricks, giant growth, limit break, royal treatment, and then just a lot of undercosted sort of beaters. So Pawpatch Recruit, which is obviously great for one green, or you can offspring it as well. I've got Frenzied Baloth, which is pretty crazy, 2 mana 3/2 with trample and haste, and a load of other keywords as well, a load of other abilities. And then rounding off, we got Simic, which is just card draw, and it can't be countered, and then makes other things harder to counter. So the idea is to put them under a lot of pressure early, and then we can finish them off with sort of combat tricks, or Simic, or Keen-Eyed Curator is also very good at being just graveyard hate. Got a load of the sagas as well. The not sagas, they're enchantments. So Innkeeper's Talent, so putting more counters on creatures, giving them ward, and then Hunter's Talent is a bit of a removal spell, able to deal damage to a creature you don't control. So yeah, it's a really cool deck. Let's see how we go. I've played a couple already again, just to get my eye in on the list. Lost it was closer than I thought to blue black. Just game 3 just got, I think I mulled to 5 and got kind of removal spelled out of the game, and then I beat, I believe it was red green delirium, who we just ran over. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I think it's a reasonable choice. It's got a lot of good cards in it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll take this opportunity to plug my Manatraders partnership. If you are interested in playing online, I do highly recommend Manatraders, and you can find a code in the description below, good for 40% back on your 3rd month of subscription. Obviously I do get a little bit of a kickback, but I highly recommend the service. I think I'm in my 5th or 6th year of using them. It's always been really good, able to swap out decks. There's a range of tiers as well, so you can choose the appropriate one for the amount of ticks you need to play the decks you want. Obviously standard decks, whilst in paper standard is, I think, maybe even more expensive than some modern decks now, which is crazy. Online obviously these are a lot cheaper, but some of the standard decks in paper are, we're talking $600-700, I think, 500-600 pounds here in the UK. And now that fetch lands are very, very cheap, well, I say very, very cheap, it's all relative, but I remember paying £50 for Scalding Tarns, but now that things like that are a tenner, it's a lot more accessible, and standards really up there. So we'll see how this league goes. Right, going to play first here. Okay, so we have a lot of lands. One is a creature land. I think I want to mulligan a 5-lander though. Gain 1 on the play. What do we think of this? So this adds, this one unfortunately adds blue without, so I think we have to go to 5. Okay, I mean this isn't great either. I think we're not going to 4. We'll keep 2 lands. We'll put out 1 Hunter's Talent, 1. I think just Innkeeper's Talent. Ooh. Whenever you attack, we'll keep 1 of these. I think we'll bottom 1. Well, we kind of want to make sure we cast this on 3. I think we'll bottom this one and this one. A little bit of removal. But yeah, obviously not the best start to this game. I don't think I want to get a 5. Looks like I really might be against VV. Into the Flood Maw. Don't want to use that yet. Maybe I should have kept the 3rd land to guarantee Serac. Whenever an opponent draws a card. Crikey. Okay. So we do draw the land. I'm just going to play out the Serac here. This has first strike. Next time we can talent it. Okay, opponent attacking, there's no way we block here. We got combat tricks and things. Okay, so this is the ping deck. Whenever opponent casts a spell with mana 3 or less, deals 1 damage. Sure. Okay, so let's go. We'll attack first. And then I'm going to go in Hunter's Talent to try and kill the one that, yeah. Try and kill the one that deals us 1 damage for spells. So let's go. This one deal damage, kill this one. Then we can hold up Into the Flood Maw and Giant Growth. I might just Into the Flood Maw this end of turn. See if they have like Screaming Nemesis or something. If a red source you control deal an amount of non-combat damage, less than power. Crikey. Okay. So we need to bounce one of these. Is it the expensive guy? Because this is going to deal us 4 in our draw snap. We take 2. I think we're just going to bounce the big guy. Like they just play that out next turn. I think we're fine with that. It's just much more mana efficient for, well, it's mana inefficient for them. Another Giant Growth. That's +3/+3. Whenever you attack, +1/+0. Beginning of combat, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So we're going to take 2 and then 4. Giant Growth hits for 10. I think I just want to get this down. Do you want Giant Growth now? Giant Growth will hit them for 8. I think I am. Just use our mana. I could be wrong, but like if they just play out the big guy, we can go Giant Growth. Return target. We do draw a card. Another Surak, unfortunately. So we need to draw, I don't know. We're pretty done for now. 3 or less deal 1 damage. We have to play out the Surak, I think. Is that an instant? No, it is a sorcery. Screaming Nemesis is pretty good. Is there any way we can do this? So we don't want to block here. Oh, we can't block. If we block, yeah, okay. Out aggro there. See what we want to do with sideboarding. I guess things like bounce off are fine. Unable to scream as well. What don't we like? I think I quite like Into the Flood Maws. I think these were kind of slow. I think I'll side out the Innkeeper's talents. I think bring in some removal. Maybe side out 1 Llanowar Elves for another bounce off. Yes, I think so. Maybe we don't want Surak. I mean, our hand wasn't great there. Maybe we trim a Surak actually for a Llanowar, to keep in a Llanowar Elves. Just trim the top of the curve. Yeah, I got to cast this spell, which is a really interesting one. It's 1 and a green. You can put X counters on a creature, and then you counter a target spell unless they pay mana equal to the greatest power. So you can just cast it for 1 and a for blue green. So if you have, you know, a 3/2 Baloth, it's counter unless they pay 3, and obviously scales with the amount of mana you have, which is really nice. And then we got other things for sort of grindy matchups, sentinels and curiosities. Right, this is a lot better. So we can go Sanctum, Pawpatch, and then Baloth. Well, it's still 4 lands. We have removal. We have, you know, quite a fast hand. Sorcerer's Sanctuary is a really odd land as well, because it just becomes a land, a creature. It doesn't. It's not until end of turn. Okay, we'll go Sanctum, Recruit. Like we're hitting for 5 on turn 2. Another forest isn't great, but yeah, we're able to put a lot of pressure. This, when a creature becomes a target of a spell or ability your opponent controls, you put a counter on a creature you control other than that creature. So as long as you have 2 creatures, you end up getting counters. What does this one do? So it's 6 mana, it becomes a 5/5. Obliterating Bolt. Okay, so they kill our Baloth. We still have a 3/2. Into the Flood Maw, not the best here. It's okay. We now have a couple of removal spells. If they go Screaming Nemesis here, I'll just Into the Flood Maw, I think. Got a +1/+1 counter. Okay, so I'm just going to hard hitting question to kill that. Deal damage. Lightning Strike. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Yeah, so that does work the way they want it to as well. Like, it just fizzles our ability, but we have got some powerful lands. I'm not going to bounce this now. don't put a counter on it. Okay. I think I'm just gonna bounce now because next turn we can attack with Soulstone Sanctuary. So we could offspring this. Or we could counter an attack. I think I'm just going to offspring. And then next turn we can hit him with, what does it do? Whenever this lander taps, up to one other target creature has base power and toughness 3/3 until end of turn. That is first strike. They can put a +1/+1 counter on that, so it's going to leave it. Okay, there's the Razorkin again. Another forest, unfortunately. So we can attack with all. They could then deal us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we draw 7, 8. So we'd be dead to. I think we just attack with these two. Yeah, because this is a free block anyway. So let's give this base power and toughness 3/3. That's trample as well, which is nice. Okay, burst lightning. Ooh, what do we put a counter on now? We have 2 of these. We could put a counter on it. I think I'm going to put 1 here. Maybe even 2 there. Yeah. Make that a 3/3 that's able to block. This does natively have trample as well. Okay, they return it to our hand. We're going to take... Maybe I should have put the counts on here because it's better into that kind of effect. So we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't know, we're going to need to draw something huge. That is not it. So we attack with the Vine Stalk and just die. Okay, I don't know, I feel like we get... We massively flooded out. Like, we kept... I think we kept a... Did we keep a 3-lander, maybe? We didn't find many spells. Yeah, I don't think there was maybe... Yeah, not really sure. Have you got any any suggestions? But I feel like we do get a little bit unlucky there. Right, so we're on the draw here. I think this is fine. We can go Elves into Mite and Baloth. Lead off with Breeding Pool, so this Verge taps for both. So the opponent's on, they've kept their 7. So Mite is a 1/1, and whenever it becomes tapped, another creature you control gets +X/+X, or X is the Mite's power. So if you use a Giant Growth on the Mite and then it becomes tapped, it gives +4/+4. Okay, recruit. Do we want to recruit instead? So what's better here? We could go recruit. I think it's Elves, and then next turn Mite this. Actually, elves and then... I think I'm going to lead off with elves. Next turn, making 3 mana, we could either recruit for offspring, we could Mite and Baloth, which is probably what I'll do. Let's play the Verge. What's better here? It's a blue-green deck, so it could be the mirror. We haven't got anything to power up this Mite, but it would give this more. I think I'm going to go Mite and then Baloth. I think that's better. Hit for 3. Ooh, wrong colour. Well, this card is pretty crazy. Okay, consult the star charts. It's not the mirror. There is a Simic mid-range deck. Attack for 3. Next turn we can go attack. Okay, stock up. So they're, yeah, stocking up. This turn, we're definitely offspringing Pawpatch. I think we're just then attacking with everything. Attack with everything. Give this +1/+1. I'm just putting him under a lot of pressure. We don't have much now is the problem. They've got nothing to regas, but didn't play around a sweeper, but in blue-green I think that's probably unlikely. Opponent stocks up again. How much damage have we got? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we find any pump spell, we can kill our opponent here. This is only ability the opponent controls, so. But yeah, any pump spell is great here. I don't think one of the classes will do it. Put it in the tank. They could have an Into the Flood Maw, but that will trigger both of our Pawpatch. Okay, just a basic forest. Playing something could be a... Analyze the pollen. Search instead creature or land card. What do they get? They get River Regent. Okay, that's fine. Not a great draw. So we'll just play the Vine Stalk. Just swing for everything. Put them to 2. And then I think I'm going to play the Mite. I think playing around a load of blockers is better. Planet. Oh, this is like the putting in Valgavoth deck. Like a, I don't think Smuggler's Surprise. Okay, so this has to be tapped at the end, but we can just into the Flood Maw it. Oh, wrong colour. Actually, I think this is what I beat in the earlier game. So they're trying to, yes. So what can they put in? You know, put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. So they tap it right away by putting counters on a a station, and then they can just, like there, they were just gonna, actually they were gonna do a load of stuff. They were just gonna put in Omniscience and then, yeah, put a load of stuff in. I don't know if it would have saved them, but it probably would. Enter return 2 target non-land permanents. Because they have Omniscience there, I think they can just draw their entire deck and play it out, right? Because they go Omniscience and then just start cycling Meringue River Regents. So they did have the win there. So we want instant speed interaction. So we definitely want the counter spells. I think, and we want the bounce offs. What don't we want? I think the slower stuff. So Surak will trim one of, maybe one of these. Hunter's Talent isn't that good. I think I just want to go faster than them here. The Hunter's Talent doesn't do that much. I think I'm actually going to trim all of those. Just maybe bring in Snakeskin Veil, gains Hexproof. I think just Curiosity as a flash threat is better. Actually, Curiosity is worse than the third Surak. It might be worse than these, but we'll go with that. They are in blue, so they could be in counter spells. Let's try that. So we're going to mulligan this one. Just like a bit of none of our sort of creatures that we really want to see. This is okay. I think I'm just going to bottom a land. We have 2 pump spells and a mite. If we find another creature, that's really nice. Question is, do we play out this? I think so. If they kill it, then Royal Roll gets +1, so that's good on this. What this is? Okay, just green. Another land. Okay. I think I'm just going to play a tap land here. And then hold up. I'll probably Royal Treatment anyway. Because we've got this Overprotect. And this sticks around. Okay, enchantment. Draw 2 cards, discard a card. Okay. So this gives Ward 1, I think. Yeah. When discards, analyze the pollen. I probably should have Royal Treatmented in response. Curator. Okay, so but this is the key turn, so I can't play out the Curator here. I need to hold up the counter spell, which is at the moment counter unless they pay 3, which is pretty good. But if they Kona here, we need to be able to remove it. Into the Flood Maw is nice. I guess I could now play the Curator. I think I'm just holding up while the opponent is not doing a great deal. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card. I think that's fine. Shuffle this card into its owner's library. Is that not an adventure? No, it's not. I always thought that was adventure. The same way it was in... Okay, unauthorized exit is interesting. Another curator. I actually wouldn't mind finding some lands. But I think, yeah, we just need... Do I want to play the curator? If they play Kona... No, I think I'm just waiting. Yeah, we'll let them cycle through their deck a bit. I don't know, maybe I was meant to be more aggressive and just play the curator. That's fine. They're cycling through a lot. I will just counter Kona. Be as mana efficient as we can. If they play it, that is. Really like a land. Just yeah, one of the verges or a basic verge would be ideal because we quite like double blue. Well, forest will do. Okay, so let's attack for 2. Lost in the Maze. Tap X target creatures. Tapped creatures you control have hexproof. So we could overprotect here. But then we can only... If we overprotect, we can only counter... for 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not great. We could overprotect and then hold up. No, because Into the Flood Maw now doesn't work. We'll let them pay the 1. We can Into the Flood Maw that, I guess. I think we let that happen. Now, if we play Keen-Eyed Curator, we can now counter. Oh, no, that was wrong. Because if they play a land, we can't counter it. Yeah, that was bad. Because this only has 3 power. So if they go land, Kona, we're pretty done for. Assuming they have something to put in. Yeah, should have just, I don't know, but passing, this has a stun counter with them not hitting for any damage. Cavern of Souls. So we're probably dead here. Yeah, we can't do anything about that. It's hexproof. We can bounce whatever they put in, potentially. Okay, so they're putting They put in this. So they're bouncing that with ward. I could overprotect. I think I'm going to save the curator from being targeted here. But no, I don't know. Counter target spell unless it's okay. So they counter that. Like them putting this in, it's not the biggest thing they could have put in. But they now have a lot of cards in hand. I could bounce this. Station this. Elves. I think I'm just going everything now. Am I going to bounce the Kona? No, because I can just play it again anyway. Cavern of Souls is pretty brutal. We can start exiling stuff. Okay, they make this into a Gaia's Cradle. I think that's what that is, isn't it? Running Dragonstorm, sure. Next turn, this needs to be Exile Delirium, so we can do instant land, enchantment, sorcery. So we can do 4 types with it. It becomes 7/7 with trample. See what they put in. I mean, if they're if they're using this to draw, that's pretty worrying. What are they going to put in? Could be Omniscience. Okay, we can bounce that though, depending on what they cast first. Yeah, I'm just going to bounce the Omniscience. Okay, they counter that for free. So we're kind of, I mean, they're looking at so many cards with this. Consult the star charts. Okay, I think we can just go to the next game. I think this works. They just bounce their whole thing and go off. So, do you want like pick your poison? I don't think so. A null could be okay. I don't think. Well, I don't think Curiosity is really where we want to be. The counterspell wasn't actually that good. Maybe just another combat trick. Let's try and race. Okay, so this hand is okay. This can make, so we go Baloth. Yeah, so we'll keep this. Turn 1 nothing, turn 2 Baloth, turn 3 Curator Giant Growth Baloth. Yeah, still, yeah, Pawpatch Recruit's a good draw. Means our spells can't be countered as well, which is good. I think this turn, what do we do? Do we go Pawpatch Recruit or do I Keen-Eyed Curator? Recruit uses more mana. I think I'm going to go for that. Unless we draw anything else. If we draw another Baloth, I'll go Baloth, maybe Giant Growth. I wonder if I meant to growth here. Serac. So we could do that. Nothing has haste. I want to use all 3 of my mana, so it's either we could. I mean, there's so many ways we could use all of our mana here. I think I want to go the Recruit. Because I think they could have that. The tap multiple creatures stun counter thing. Cavern of Souls on human. Voice of Victory. Okay. So now we go. These have all got trample. Attack with everything. This doesn't. This isn't like Teferi. It's not instant speed. Sorry, it's not. It doesn't mean that we can't play anything that's not at instant speed. I'm gonna growth here. Then I'm just going to play the Curator and pass, hold up, bounce off. I've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage next turn. We can deal with land Kona with bounce off. They don't have the station. Okay, Voice of Victory, so we can't do anything about that, so now we just pass. Let's just bounce off here. Maybe I meant to just attack. Okay, it does win the game. Should I have just attacked there? We attack. They have to. They can't block this one. They block this one. They take 3, 6, 7. Go to 1. Could we have eaten enough? We could have eaten. They have a 0-8. No, we couldn't have made the Curator big enough. So, yeah. Yeah, we get the win. We crunch in for enough damage. Let's play round 5. Right, on the play here for the 5th and final round of the league. I'm going to mulligan this. Like, well, turn 2 this into turn 3 this and this. Okay, I've talked myself into keeping it. Well, this is, it's decent graveyard hate. could do with not drawing any more lands, obviously. But turn 2, we're rotating for 4. Let's just go Sanctum Curator. Archive could be control. Seam Rip would be annoying. Yeah. Don't think we have any way of dealing with that. Oh, we've got Into the Flood Maw, but another land. I think we'll just go for this. Or we can play around a counter spell. Okay, opponent goes stock up. We'd love that the 2 mana Baloth would hit him for a lot of damage here. Because we can go +2/+2 this, +5, it goes 5. Yeah, we'd be hitting him for a lot. Another Mite. Let's go land, Mite. Level this up. I might put a counter on this one. Give it ward rather than bashing for 3. Yeah, I think so. Hopefully it's not that. Okay, bees is pretty good. Okay, go land. This implies they're not going to play a sweeper, I guess. Let's level this up again. Counter here. It's a 4/4. If we attack with both... Yeah, I think I'm attacking with both because we have the... they both get huge, actually. Yeah, okay. They're attacking him for 16 here. They're probably his chump. How likely is it, do we think they're going to play a sweeper? I think I'm going to hold the Pawpatch to get value out of the offspring. And in case they play a sweeper. Get lost, we have ward 1. Make some maps which are nice. Okay, Into the Flood Maw is okay. Let's start doing this. Find a forest. Explore again. Okay, 2 more lands. I don't really want to Pawpatch Recruit now because of no more lies. We could play it on 1 just for itself, but this is going to become a 4/4. A Vine Stalk. Think we just have to pass. Play Pawpatch next turn. So we can Into the Flood Maw the Seam Rip. How many? So we could do creature, instant, sorcery. See what they put in the graveyard. If they put the 4th type in, I might do. Okay, there's planes. They do get a fish, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, Overlord is rough. I could now bounce this, double block, bounce this, and then do this. Let's get trample. I think we're just taking this. I think I am gonna gift here. Then we can start eating things. Because that way this gets trample. And we can possibly do something huge with limit break here. So this is triple target creatures, that's 7 mana, which we do have, but we'd have to, so it's going to get +4/+4 to this. We could just double it, so it'd be 7/14 with trample plus how much mana is it? So to double it, so let's make it a 4/4 with trample. So that's instant sorcery land creature. 7/7 with trample. Okay. Now we go put a counter. We might as well put it on here. I kind of want to give this ward though. Counter here. Does it matter? No, I'm going to go counter here, which is 2 counters. Attack with everything. It's going to be a lot of damage. Well, that's 11. That's 13/13. We'll let them go to blocks. Well, it's going to double target. I don't. Oh. So we get blown out by like a Into the Flood Maw, but I don't think they play that. We could go for doubling this one, which is also lethal and still gets in for damage. 12. Oh no, 12 plus, yeah, 12 plus 13. Yeah, okay. Well, that's a lot of damage. Like, yeah, we just out aggro them. Like, I was kind of on the fence about the Mite, but that was crazy. Showing the power of Innkeeper's talent as well. So here, I think we want the Annulls, Curiosities, and the Sentinels. That's probably what this is for. I think the giant growth effects tend to not be as good. Like that one was really good, obviously. But ones that don't give trample. I think we can trim the elves. Maybe bring in these. Maybe a null's not worth it. Could consider pick your poison. Overprotect is good. Surek's good. Royal treatment gives hexproof. I think I do want to trim, but I do want the annulls. Yeah, I think I'd rather have snakeskin here. Let's try that. Right, what do we think about this? It's not great. It's not bad. Curiosity's good. I think I'm going to mulligan. I think we want an early creature. This is better. This is much better. I think I'm going to bottom the Surak, one of the Suraks here. Then we can lead off on. Do we play the Mite on 1? I think we don't unless we draw. If we, it turns out we draw. No, I think I'm just going to go. Yeah, I'm going to play it. Might use our mana. Turn 2, it's liable to get countered as well. Okay, I'm just attacking for 1 here. I will Royal Treatment if they try and kill it end of turn. Maybe we should have got rid of some of these Into the Flood Maws, but they do run the... There's a like Pinnacle Star Cage or whatever it's called that exiles all our stuff. Okay, there's a stock up. I think I might just Royal Treatment to give it Ward 1 and +2/+2. Oh, sorry, +1/+1. Okay, we do draw the land. I'm going to go Sentinel here. Because this can't be, you know, they were tapped out, this can't be countered anyway if they're holding up a counterspell. Okay, they have a Beezer. That's okay. So let's go explore here. We want it to be a 5 toughness really. Keen-Eyed Curator. Yeah, I think we'll get rid of that. Then we can go attack with Sentinel. Make a map. If they try and do something clever with like loads of like 2 blocks, they should probably block all these fish. I think I'm just going to bounce the fish now. Yeah, that was kind of stupid. Overprotect, yes. Maybe I could have kept the Overprotect. Maybe I meant to leave in the counterspell, bring in the counterspell. Okay, I'm going to cast this one. Could attack here. This doesn't. This one does have trample at least. Make a map. We're now out of range of the Flood Maw. Okay, they block. I'm not gonna use the map just yet in case they like board wipe or something. This is probably gonna be a consult. Oh, river region. Okay. I need to look at the deck list properly. I have played against blue-white control a couple of times. I can't remember what the sweeper of choice. I think they're mostly though. Oh, well, that's not good that they're discarding that one. Why would they discard that? Surely they must have another one. Destroy all creatures. Sure. So we'll go this guy. map him. They could get lost. We'll draw a card. Pretty... Yeah, it's not looking good now. This is Elspeth or... Okay, Hardcast Overlord. Yeah. Okay, we'll go to game 3. Maybe we're not meant to try and grind with them. Maybe we are just meant to go full sort of pedal to the metal. Like, don't worry about this kind of stuff. I think this is fine. Sentinel was okay. But I think, yeah, into counter spells as well. Maybe we want our own counters. Like 2 mana counter spell is pretty good here. Overprotect being 2 mana, but it does give indestructible. Into the Flood Maw is actually a little bit awkward. I'd probably rather pick your poison. I'll go with this and maybe it's a 1 giant growth. Not sure. If anyone's got any tips for this deck, I think I did hear rumours of someone's been playing it quite a lot and has maybe a guide, but yeah, this sounds good. I would like to find another land, but just going Baloth into Baloth just puts them under so much pressure. A turn 2 hit for 3, turn 3 hit for 6. Wouldn't mind another land. Could play the Curator here instead. Land? Okay, land's nice. I think I'm just going to go Sarek. Use our mana. I'd be surprised if they now had Get Lost because we can Royal Treatment. Let's cast the Baloth. Bees is obviously a problem. Do I play the Recruit? I think I do. Like if they had a removal spell, they'd have gone for it, I think. Maybe that's overplaying into Day of Judgment. Yeah. Okay, that was awkward. Let's just go like this. Yeah, I think I overplayed my hand there a little bit. Okay, Overlord. Three cards in hand for the opponent. Another Curator. Let's go to combat. I would imagine they'll block. Royal Treatment here. Oh, that was stupid because it's still not out of range. Didn't really serve to do much. Yeah. Don't know, a little bit. Playing really loose. Really depends what the opponent has. Let's go Exile, Sorcery. Not sure we can even do it. Sorcery, instant, creature. Okay. Another land. Let's put it onto the battlefield, yeah. Let's go Curator. I'm going to play the land so that we can Vinestalk next turn. Oh, I should have played the land first. That was really stupid. God, play around. That's really... I'm just playing really loose here. The shame land after that. This was flying. We do get to smash in with the Vinestalk here. We only have one card in hand. Seeing if they want the river region. Looks like they do. Grab a forest. Well, that would have been lethal if we had one more land. Assuming, I mean, they'd probably have Get Lost. Ugh, the last card in the hand is Get Lost, unfortunately. And now they make an Overlord. And they cast the Meringue River region. Probably bouncing the two maps. Could bounce the Overlord, but I doubt it. What could we find here? It's not that. Okay, well, definitely played loose there. Another 2-3 in standard. Don't know. I think the deck's good. I don't know. We didn't play against VV. I think maybe it's meant to, you know, put them under a lot of pressure. You got the Keen-Eyed Curators to exile their graveyard. Maybe that's the angle. But you come up against these kind of mid-range matches, and it's always going to be a struggle. Even, I mean, I did play pretty poorly, but we did get that sweet kill with a 13-13 Baloth or whatever. But yeah, let me know what you thought. Let me know if you got any suggestions for standard. A bit of a loss still at the moment. This deck seems good. It's just 23 lands is a lot. Like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Do let me know if you got any suggestions, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.